Greetings folks, Fuzz here. Today I'm going to be bringing you an awesome tutorial showing how you can create a nice interface and graphical update for your Final Fantasy VIII Steam edition. And this is in anticipation for the Final Fantasy VIII remaster, of course, that's coming out later this year. And Square have got a lot to do if they want to keep up with the stunning creation that the fans have made here. So we're going to get on with the video, and this is going to show you how to update many aspects of the game: the party interface, the text, the world map textures, the character and battle textures, the spells, icons, pretty much the whole lot. So let's get started. Before we get started, just make sure you've quit out of Final Fantasy VIII, and you're going to want to create a folder somewhere on your computer where you can stick all of the files that we download. I've just created a handy 2019 mods folder. Now, we're going to come to this particular web page on the Kim forums, and I'll leave a link to this web page along with any other relevant links in the video description for today. And you have a choice at this point. You can either go ahead and follow the rest of this tutorial, which is the more complicated method of getting all of these mods installed, or you can select this link, the Lunatic Pandora mod installer. And from here, you can go ahead and make a small donation to the mod creators to support them and the work they do. It doesn't support me in any way, shape or form. I'm not trying to sell this to you, but you can support the mod creators, and that will actually give you access to a single installer file which will set everything up for you in a very simple fashion. So if you have any issues today, any technical issues, or if you just don't want to go through all the time and complicated downloads and everything that's going to be involved, then you can actually use this option instead for a much simpler, streamlined process. But let me go ahead and show you how to do this the hard way. Incidentally, if you do have any technical issues, please do leave your comments in the description, or go ahead and post on the Kim forums here. But it seemed to be the case with the last video I made where I showed how to set these mods up a few years ago, that a lot of people expected me to be able to provide one-on-one support to them, sending them emails and all sorts. I don't have time for that, guys. I'm sorry. You'll just have to follow my video, and if it doesn't work, then please do post your issues in the comments, as I say, or go ahead and support the creators for the single mod installer. But I'm just not able to give one-on-one support for this. Okay, so before we go ahead and download the mods themselves, which you can see here, we're going to select this link, the Tombury Enhanced link. And Tombury Enhanced is not itself a mod that's going to change any of the graphical settings in the game. What it is going to do is lay the support so that we can install the other mods. They are all going to be dependent upon this Tombury Enhanced. And if we just scroll down this list here, you'll find the download links about halfway down the page. We're going to select version 2.04. And that will take us to the Google Drive, where you'll want to select this download button up here. So ignore this, just select the download button, and then you should be able to save the zip file straight to your computer. You can also repeat this process for many of the other files that we're going to be using today. Once you've downloaded the Tombury Master mod, we're going to go ahead and download the graphical mods themselves. And I'm going to recommend to you Seed Reborn, controller buttons if you're going to be using an Xbox or PlayStation controller, and if you are, this mod is fantastic. Horizon Pack. Now, Project Eden and Project Angel Wing, you want one but not both of these. So I'm going to select Project Angel Wing, but you can choose either. Just make sure you only choose one. Battlefield Pack, Tripod, Rebirth Flame, Project Hellfire, Apocalypse and Lunacry. Basically everything in this list, but only choosing one of these two. Okay, now because these mods are hosted on free servers, they can at times be a bit of a pain to actually get the files that you need. So I'm going to begin with a bit of a nuisance one, Project Hellfire here. Now, if you click this link, it's going to take you to a website that just flags up all manner of nasty stuff on the computer. I'm not even going to try and do it, and then the link ends up broken anyway. So what I'm going to recommend is you scroll all the way down on this thread, and you'll find that somebody has kindly updated the link for us right at the bottom here, so thank you to Ariksu. And if we select the link, then at the moment, as of 20th of June 2019, this link is working fine. Just select download, and the download shall commence, and place it in your downloads folder, which I've already done, so I'm going to close out of that. And then after that, it's just a case of going through the other mods as well. So we'll begin with Seed Reborn. And with Seed Reborn, you're going to want to select the language, of course, that you want the mod to be in. For me, that's going to be English, and it's version 4.1 as of right now. And this is another simple download. So I'm going to start going through these mods, and if there's any tricky ones, I'll get back to you. So on this one, Battlefield Pack, do not even try and click the download Battlefield Pack link. I actually got influx with a load of images I needn't not have seen, so I'm not going to advise you click that at all. Now, if we scroll all the way down here, then go to page 2, somebody has kindly updated the link for us with a nice Google Drive file, so we're going to go ahead and select that. That's from FF8, so thank you for that. And then we'll select the download button up here. And this is quite a large file, this zip file. Tripod is also one, sadly, that I really struggled with. So what I'm going to do is leave this link in the video description for you guys, okay? And that takes me straight to the actual download file itself. Now for Rebirth Flame version 1.3, again, you're going to make a choice here to the download you want. I'm going to recommend the Davina ones, but you can go for either of these version 1.3 updates. Apocalypse was a nice easy download, that was hosted on Google Drive. Lunar Cry, not so much, so you can try and use this link if you want to, but I strongly recommend instead that you just use the link I'm going to leave in the video description. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and extract everything, and I'll just go extract each archive to separate folder. Since some of these files can be quite big, it might take a few minutes. With everything unzipped and organised into its own folder, we're going to go ahead and begin the process of installing these mods. And we're going to start with Tombury Enhanced. This is a nice simple one to install. Simply open the folder, select everything and select copy. And then you're going to navigate to your Final Fantasy VIII root directory. So if you're using the Steam version, that will be the hard drive it's installed on. This is the default location. Program files x86, Steam, Steam apps, Common, and then Final Fantasy VIII. Once you've located the folder, right click and paste those files we've just copied directly inside. And that's Tombury installed. With Tombury installed, the next phase is to install the mods themselves. So we're going to begin by going through the list here. If we just open up Apocalypse, for example, you're going to see a CSV file. We're going to leave those until later. Right now we're looking for the folders that have these two lettered names, and we're going to select copy on that, and we're going to paste it into the new textures folder that we installed a few moments ago in our Final Fantasy VIII root directory. And we're going to paste that inside. Now some of these can take a while because some of the textures are quite heavy. So we're just going to go down the list, go into the textures folder for each of these mods, and then paste those two letter folders straight into the Final Fantasy VIII directory textures folder. Next is Davina. Repeat the process. As you can see, we're just going down the list. FF8 controller buttons, you have a choice here. I'm going to recommend, if you're going to be using this mod, just choosing the main option and then choose the controller that you want to use. For me, it's just going to be PS4, DS4. So we're going to go into there, grab the two lettered folder name and paste that in as before. Next up, Lunar Cry 5. Now some of these you're going to notice may have more than one texture folder, such as this, for example. When this is the case, we need to make sure that everything here is copied into the Final Fantasy VIII root directory. So that could take a bit of time. We'll move on to the next. And we're getting there. For Seed Reborn, unless you're using alternative mods and stuff that I haven't shown you, just go for the standard textures folder and copy and paste the folders that are in there. And then two more to go. No, one more to go. Tombury is not one, of course. If it says to replace, just go ahead and replace. That's fine. And there we have it. Okay, so in our Final Fantasy VIII textures directory, we have all of the texture files from the mods. I did make a slight boo-boo. I forgot to download one of the mods, which was Horizon Pack. I'm also going to leave a link to this one in the video description because, again, it was an annoying download link, so I've put a better one in there for you. Okay, so I've made sure to copy the VE and WM folders into the textures folder. Right, so with all the textures installed, there's another step we need to do next. And if we head back to the main Final Fantasy VIII folder and go into the Tombury folder we created earlier, you're going to see some other folders, in particular hash map and object map. Now we're going to go through each of the mods that we've downloaded and check what CSV files they have, because we need to copy these into the correct hash map or object map. Now, the mod authors will generally have helped us out here, either by calling it hash map or by having HM in the title of the file if it's a hash map, or whatever the case may be. So we can see for Apocalypse it's got this HM here, so we're going to copy that and place that into the hash map there, hash map folder, just like that. And then we're going to go down the list, so we'll go to Battlefield Pack, hash map, and we can see the HM there. We know that's for the hash map folder. Okay, and the next mod is Davina, and that is also a hash map. So most of these will be the hash map ones. So it's a fairly simple process. It's just about doing the right thing, I guess. Right then. So don't worry about the one for Final Fantasy VIII controller, because we'll be getting that from Seed Reborn, the up-to-date version. So I'm going to leave that one. Horizon Pack. We're going to go ahead and copy the file Horizon Pack underscore HM into hash map. Lunar Cry. Go into the Tombury folder. And this one actually has two, an object map and a hash map. So we'll just copy both of those across there. Next up we have Project Angel Wing. Ignore these CSV files down here, go to the hash map and copy this hash map file into the hash map folder once more. We're nearly done now, guys. I just want to make sure I go through all of these with you in case there's anything you need to know about. Project Hellfire, same process, and then Seed Reborn. We're going to go into Tombury here, hash map, and copy the Seed Reborn hash map. Okay, and back we go. Tombury Enhanced, that's nothing. And there we have it. There's actually nothing for Tripod. Okay. There's actually another thing we need to do with Tripod. If you go back to the website and select the Tripod mod, then where we downloaded Tripod earlier, there's another link here to download the English hash map. So you can also download some of the other languages as well if need be, but we're going to go for the English hash map version 1.2. This is a nice Google Drive file. So let's go ahead and download this. Click Save. And we'll just copy that straight into our Final Fantasy VIII directory. I'm also going to put it in here for future use in case I ever need to come back to this mods folder again. But we'll put it into there. Okay, so I'm not sure why it's a separate download, but there you have it. Make sure you grab that. And the next thing I've left till last, because it isn't technically a mod, but it does fix a few things, is the patch, the FF8 UV fix patcher. So we do need to get this sorted. Just follow my instructions carefully. Go ahead, click the link here to download the file. It's a nice easy download, and once you've gone ahead and downloaded it, let me just find out, I'm getting confused now. There it is, FF8 Steam UV patch. You'll want to extract that as before, and there it is, readily extracted for me. And we'll just go ahead now and open that, keep that folder open, and if we head over to the Final Fantasy VIII directory, we're looking for this file, ff8_en.exe. And we're going to make a backup of this. So what I'm just going to do is copy this and then just create a folder called backup.exe. So if anything goes wrong, then we know we can just copy this back again, and hopefully that will fix any issues that might arise. So now with this version, with this file here, the original version, we're going to cut it and paste it into this folder here, ff8 steam_uv patcher. And when it's over there, we're going to right click on this file, ff8 steam uv patcher, and run this as an administrator. And that's just going to run the patch for us. Where's it gone? Did that do? Let me just try that again. In fact, if we go to the log here, yep, as long as it says change 12, then it's done, so it's sorted. Okay, So now we've done that, we're going to cut this file again and paste that back into our original directory, into our Final Fantasy VIII directory. And there we have it. And this is completely optional, but one final download I am going to recommend is Roses and Wine. This isn't a graphical mod, this is an audio mod. It's going to replace the horrendous Steam MIDI files with the original PlayStation soundtrack. So I'll leave the link to this in the video description. You will need some kind of torrent downloader in order to gain access to this one. So BitTorrent or something along those lines. You want to click this link here, and then you want to click this link here. And that'll bring you to the Google file where you can download the torrent file, open that in your torrent program, and that will download the Roses and Wine program. Once you've downloaded it, extracted it, we're going to right click and run it as administrator, and then go through the install process. Okay, we'll click next on this, I accept. We do need to go ahead and select the correct folder. Just make sure it goes to the root Final Fantasy VIII directory. Okay. You can also uninstall later as well if you want to do so. And let's install. And with all of that done, let's go ahead and hit that magic play button, and we'll see what kind of joy awaits us. Right, here we go. Look at that beautiful clean interface there. I'll tell you what, the official Square remaster has a lot to live up to if this is what the fans can do. You can see the improved world map textures and the lovely party interface here, and we've even got different icons and stuff. So if we go to the junction menu, for example, you can see all of the various icons. Most of them are greyed out at the moment because we don't have anything junctioned, but you can see everything's being upgraded here. Items or the icons have been upgraded, pretty much everything, you name it, it's been upgraded. And if we just check config, go to controller, yep, we can see that the controller buttons have all been upgraded as well. I'll be interested to see how the remaster compares, in fact, to the fan efforts, which are absolutely incredible, really. The only thing that you'll probably notice is that the Roses and Wine mod isn't functioning, and that's because I disabled it, simply because I've used it before on various Final Fantasy VIII videos, and it sends YouTube into a tit in terms of copyright infringement and stuff. So I'm just using the original soundtrack, but you know, you guys will get that as well if you've installed it. Alright then folks, well I hope the tutorial's been helpful to you, and any problems let us know in the comments section. As I said, I can't provide one-on-one support, but by all means folks, go and support the creators. Download the you know, all-in-one installer if you want an easy time at this. But appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe as well for more Final Fantasy VIII content, and I'll keep you updated on the remaster stuff as that progresses also. Goodbye everyone. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, checking out the video today. Now perhaps you might consider becoming a YouTube channel member. Doing so not only supports me as a creator, but it also bestows upon you certain cool bonuses, such as the ability to have your name stand out in YouTube comments and live stream chat, as well as having yourself credited in every future upload that I do. If that sounds interesting, check out the join button, which you can find just below if watching on PC.